Yo, that was wild. That sounded like some kind of techno intro.
Yeah, I know, man.
About to kick a new record.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Hey, check it out. This is the Wooden Real Estate Group. Welcome for coming in here. If y'all can hear me, appreciate y'all coming in here. We're about to kick a beautiful class here. If you are a veteran or know a veteran, this is a really great class for you guys to tap into. Make sure that you share this on all your spaces, especially if you are in the process of building your real estate portfolio, because this is the trick to get ahead and to utilize an opportunity that could put you in the most valuable asset class, which is time. All right. So the Winning Real Estate Group, we are founded by a bunch of real estate investors here out of Southern California who specialize in the VA loan, and we are here to share the knowledge. We helped out veterans in active duty, save millions of dollars in their journeys. All right, so what we do is we teach everybody tips and tricks and advantages that we have built together. Clients win, and we are here to share it with y'all. Myself, my name's Ian Jensen. I am one of the members here at the Winning Real Estate Group, and I am here in Southern California. I'm a real estate investor and a real estate agent. And what we do is we make sure that everyone's to share this information we put together. It gives you a tremendous opportunity to get ahead of the curve, because as we're about to learn, the VA loan gives you an opportunity to invest in real estate with zero money down.
Happy New Year.
Are you still here, Tony?
Test.
I got you on Clubhouse. All right. Sounds like Tony's still getting it figured out. Still troubleshooting, bro?
No, we're good. We're good. I think we are good.
Right.
So I'm ready to go.
All right, back over to you, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Let's start the learning.
Okay, guys, sorry about the technical difficulties, man. We got a lot going on. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get all of these locations. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me on YouTube, because I am here, baby. All right. So, Ian, if you can get on Twitter and post a YouTube link at the top, guys. My name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me on YouTube? Let's see here. Can you hear me on YouTube? Okay. I want to make sure you guys can hear me on Facebook, YouTube, all of that stuff, guys. We're ready to go. All right. So, guys, listen, today we're going to be talking about the VA Loan Masterclass. Everybody, I want you guys to put the word concessions in the chat. Concessions. Concessions. Clarissa Walker, thank you for joining us. My name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. We are live on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, the whole 9, guys. So you guys get to see me live and in color. This is new. There's a little bit of delay on YouTube, so I'm not going to be looking at that, but I am live on Twitter too. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about today, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the VA Loan Masterclass, and what I'm going to start with is the VA Construction Loan. Everybody put VA Construction Loan and the word concessions in the chat. Jeffrey Dorsey, thank you for putting that on Facebook. Welcome, guys. And if you guys have questions, I will be able to hear you. If you have questions, I can see your questions. If you're on YouTube, you can put their YouTube on in the chat. And then also, guys, if you go on Instagram and you have questions, you can put Instagram in the chat. You can put your questions on Instagram in the chat as well. So for those of you who don't know, we're going to be rocking out today on the 1s and 2s, guys. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are ready to go. I am ready to go. All right. So I'm doing a sound check. I got my sounds and I'm ready to go. All right. So here's the deal. We're going to start with Ian Jensen. Ian, can you talk about concessions and what they mean, please? Let's go over the word concessions first, and let's talk about how they work. And I'm going to give you guys an example of how you guys can utilize the concessions to negotiate. And we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff today for you guys, so you guys could actually start to learn how to maximize the VA home loan benefit. Frederick Carpenter, thank you for joining us. WOG, thank you for joining us. Everybody on Clubhouse, I'm going to invite you guys on Clubhouse to speak. And if you guys hear speaking coming from my voice, I am live on Twitter Spaces also. Okay, so you guys will see questions coming in from everywhere and comments coming in from everywhere. So let's get to it. Ian, can you explain concessions for me?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, here, I'll give you the by the book definition. A concession is a benefit or discount offered by the buyer or seller to help sell a home and close a deal. All right, so what we use that for is concessions is something that we talk about as a strategy for negotiation that gives you more benefit as the buyer or the seller. All right, so what we do for if you are a buyer, this gives you a huge opportunity to be able to get money from the seller in a market where you have some leverage as the buyer. If the seller is in any kind of distress, meaning that the market's slow or you have some kind of leverage, you can ask for a concession from the seller in the deal to help your bottom line. All right, so concession is something that the seller gives up in order to give you an incentive to close the deal with that seller. All right, and Tony's going to go into a long, not long here. He's going to go into a more elaborate strategy about how these concessions can benefit your deal and how it can help out your strategy with making sure that you make the most out of every investment. Back to you, Tony.
Okay, so guys, so let me break it down for you guys. So basically, the reason why you guys want to do this and understand the word concessions is because it is essentially important to make sure when you guys are negotiating on your deals that you're utilizing this strategy to buy real estate. Here's why, guys. Listen to me. This is the reason why you want to do it. Okay, so when you guys are leveraging the VA home loan benefit, it is very, very important to make sure that you guys are utilizing these strategies because you can use that money to buy down your interest rate and you can use that money to prepay principal. Okay, so everybody right now put in the chat prepaid principal and interest rate buy down. Prepaid principal and interest rate buy down. Prepaid principal and interest rate buy down. Okay, put that in the chat right now. For those of you who are on YouTube, put that in the chat. I can see you guys that are on here. Okay, so thank you guys for joining us, and I'm going to be rocking out with this. Okay, so let me guys give you an example. I'm going to post in the chat, guys, and if you guys see, I'm going to put the information in the chat so you guys can see it. So as you guys are going along, I'm live on YouTube. So if you want to click that link on YouTube and see me live and in color, I want everybody to do that for me that's on Clubhouse and also on Twitter and YouTube. Okay. And here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you guys an example of how concessions work. And then I'm going to show you guys how you can use this to your advantage. Okay, here we go. So basically, let's just say that I had a $500,000 property. So everybody put 500,000 in the chat. Okay, WOG, thank you. Put 500,000 in the chat right now. Okay, everybody put 500,000 in the chat. Okay, put 500,000 in the chat. 500,000 in the chat. Okay, all right. So let me give you guys an example of this. So if I had a property, what's up, Frederick Carpenter? Thank you for joining us on Facebook. I see you. Really appreciate you pulling up on Facebook. Okay. So let's just say that I had a property that was 500,000. Okay. And I wanted to negotiate. I got $10,000 credit from the seller. Okay. So let's just say I got $10,000 from the seller. So the seller gave me $10,000. Okay, and I wanted to leverage that information to, I don't know, possibly do whatever I can to buy down my interest rate. So a $10,000 credit, okay, can give me 2 points of an interest rate reduction. Let me explain. So right now, if you took $500,000 and then you guys took 500,000 and you multiplied that times 2 and then a percent sign, that will equal $10,000. So instead of me lowering the purchase price of the property, I'm going to leverage that to do what, Ian?
I'm going to utilize that to make sure that these kind of concessions can go towards my buy down instead of getting a reduction in purchase price.
Why is that important?
Okay, so what it is so it helps out everybody because one, if you're the seller, if you give out a concession, you can utilize that as a tax write-off, as some sort of a cost to the profit you made on your real estate. So that's number one. So it's better for the seller versus getting a price reduction. Two, as a buyer, that helps you out from two different angles. One, it doesn't lower the comparable sales in the area. So we'll talk about that more later. So what that means is that it doesn't lower the price of the house that was sold. So the average price of the homes in the area stay high. We'll go into that more later. But what that also means for you is that's money that you can use right now. All right, because if you get a price reduction, you don't get that money until you sell or refinance the property. So that's in the future, and God knows what inflation's going to do by then, right? So what happens is you get that money right now that you didn't have to pay for to leverage any kind of advantage you can manage from that thing. It could be from a couple different angles. One, you could either just use it to use your closing costs, or two, you could use it to buy your interest rate down, or buy the rate down permanently for the loan. All right, there's a lot of different ways we can skin the cat once you get that concession, but it gets more. Every dollar has more horsepower if you can utilize it in the form of a concession versus some sort of price reduction in the property.
That is absolutely right, guys. So guys, so what we're doing right now, guys, and the reason why we had a little bit of delay, obviously, is because what we're trying to do is we're live on TikTok, not TikTok, but we're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook and Clubhouse and Twitter Spaces. So for those of you who don't know, click the link above my head if you guys want to see me. And my sister Sierra is in the building. Sierra, can you tell the people who you are and what you do, please?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sierra Taylor. I am a real estate professional here in Southern California. I am also a veteran, a real estate investor, as well as an accountant by trade and a board member for multiple nonprofits. I work alongside these fine gentlemen, Ebony and Ivory, on stage. And and we specialize in supporting veterans, as well as being able to dissect and interpret the VA home loan manual for veterans. So I look forward to talking about the secrets involved in this manual that we have to refer to when helping veterans attain properties.
Absolutely, Sierra, and thank you for calling us. Okay, so thank you for coming and joining us, guys. Make sure you give Sierra Taylor a follow. Okay, Lady D, good morning. How are you doing this morning? How can I help you win in real estate this morning? Lady D. Okay, XLAP, good morning. How can we help you win in real estate? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Tony?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, I do have one question. I'm actually, I'm gonna just straight shoot with the question. So I'm currently in Virginia. I think I told you that before. I'm looking for a property, a multifamily, specifically in Hope Mills, Fayetteville, or Cumberland County, right? And I'm being told that it's actually no openings. Like everything is like under contract at the moment. I'm looking to relocate, specifically August. I'm just looking. You know, I know it's pretty early, but I'm still gonna look in between time.
Okay, that's a good question. Okay,
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
so look in the chat right now, and then Ian put that information in the chat. He basically showed how you guys can negotiate. But let me tell you why this is important, man. Don't listen to those people telling you that everything is not available. Now, repeat after me. The right house.
The right house
Over the fast house.
over the fast house.
Now, let me explain what that means, my brother. Okay, if people are telling you that you guys if they're saying that there's no houses available, then that means that you have the power because you have the money. So if they're telling you that there's no houses available, that's fine. You just wait for the right opportunity to show up in order to get that property. Do not listen to these clowns tell you that that there's no properties available for you. You just haven't found the right property. Now, before you do that, you will interconnect with me to make sure that you're buying the right property, because there are multi-units available for you to purchase. And say and And you can get seller credits for the right property to pay all of your fees. Okay. So when we're talking about this stuff, okay. Now, have you sent a text message to us, XLAP? And what branch of service are you located? Are you in?
I'm out. But yeah, who over here?
Oh
But
my.
yeah, I'm a vet. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you send me a text message before? Have we talked on the phone or
No,
to my staff?
no, we haven't talked on the phone.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put my 760-385-8211. I put my number in the chat. Text me right now so I could talk to you guys about this negotiation strategies. And then guys, I'm gonna put this in the chat on YouTube as well. Okay. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211 for those of you who want to set up a consultation call. Okay. Now, in the chat, you will see a negotiation strategy that we're leveraging. I'm going to teach you, okay, why you should be in this room when negotiating on your VA home loan benefit. Now, Sierra, can you tell me some of the deals that you have done that you were able to utilize concessions, please?
Honestly, all the deals that I have done, like within the past 6 months, I was able to negotiate concessions. Reason being, and the number one thing that I have always encouraged for my clients to do is to offer the sellers what they want, but also ask for what you need and what could help your financial profile, as well as. And then I think it's important as professionals to let remind listing agents to remind their sellers, like, hey, these concessions that you give to the buyers that's going to make you money are, funds that you can write off as well. So concessions is something that I think should always be negotiated. And if the real estate professional you're working with isn't at least trying to get you some extra funds from sellers, then you might need to find another one.
Yes, and this is why this is important, guys. When you guys are negotiating on properties, what Sierra just basically was telling you is that if you get money from the seller, utilize it towards your interest rate or prepaying principal. Okay? Now, here's what it has to say in the offer. Seller to credit X amount of dollars towards reoccurring, non-reoccurring closing costs / concessions / non-allowables. I'm going to say this again. Seller to credit. What's up, Chris Dukes? I got you, brother. Okay. All right. 760-385-8211. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211. And then we will get up with you today. Okay. So there it is right there. I just put it in the chat, guys. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. If you guys hear voices coming from different locations, we're live on Facebook, Clubhouse, YouTube, Christian Mingles. Let's freaking go. All right. Buy and hold investor. I've been investing in real estate since 1998. Okay. And then I started a real estate brokerage out in sunny Southern California with Constance, my partner, called New Vision Mortgage and Real Estate. And then we were able to, I bought a franchise in 2015 called Remax Liberty. And then now we're partnered with Grant Cardone, the Liberty Group. We also have a nonprofit called Veteran Homeowners Club, which is a 501c3 where we do community outreach and philanthropic endeavors. And Sierra and Ian are board members on that nonprofit. Okay. And I don't even know how, even if I got my phone on Do Not Disturb, phone calls still be coming in on my phone. Y'all got to tell me the hack for that. So guys, if you guys want more information about what it is that we do, we have 7 companies. And guys, every last one of you guys could actually interconnect with us and win in real estate with this information. So let's get back to the game. So let's go. Now, we talked about concessions. The example is in the chat. Let's just say that if you guys scroll up and look at the example that Ian put in the chat, it shows that if I buy a property for $500,000 at a 6.25 30-year fixed interest rate, the principal and interest, the principal is, what is the principal, Ian?
All right. Principal is what you owe the bank, right? So if I borrow $100,000, the principal is $100,000.
Okay. So that means that what you borrowed and then the interest is, okay, and today's my anniversary. Today is the day I got on Clubhouse, I guess. All right, man, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to me. Okay. All right. So guys, what I'm talking about is teaching you guys some tips and tricks that you guys could learn in order to win. And I got my boy Kyler down in the listening lounge. Kyler, man, what are you doing in the listening lounge, bro? Come on up, man. Serial entrepreneur. He's about to get into another endeavor. Kyler, you're welcome to the stage. We just listed his property. Okay. And we're utilizing the VA home loan benefit to purchase another one in the future. So guys, who has questions? Put your questions in the chat. If you guys got questions in the chat, drop them in the chat. I will answer them. And if you're on stage, let me know. Kyler, can you let the people know who you are and what you do, brother?
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Kyler. First off, I just like to thank Tony and his team for everything they've done, not just for me, but for my family and the businesses, helping them grow. Um, Anyways, currently I'm in the reserves for the Marine Corps, and I have a home inspection company here in Southern California. I'm currently trying to make a couple moves and start a new business somewhere else.
Indeed. Okay. Tell them what that business is going to be and what location.
We're going to open a drain cleaning and plumbing business in Western Colorado.
That's magnificent, guys. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys like that. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Listen, we're in here. You're going to be hearing different people talk, okay? And then you guys can write down their name and look them up. You're not going to be able to see everybody because we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of this stuff at the same time. So as we continue to kick it, okay, I want you guys to ask any questions that you may need to ask. And today we're going to be talking about the VA loan, okay? So let's go back to the scenario real quick, okay? Ian, I want you to break down that scenario. I'm going to go ahead and let you rock out. And then, Sierra, are you here? I want you to go over how you can leverage the home inspection for credits, because I know you're real good at that. Okay, go ahead and kick it, Ian, and then we'll go to Sierra.
Are you talking about the concessions example?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so first things first. So the example was a $500,000 purchase price and a $10,000 concession from the seller. All right, everybody. So what is 1% of $500,000? I'm sorry if this sounds super simple, but it kind of helps break it down because people get lost because we talk about points and percentages.
$5,000.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so 1% of the purchase price is $5,000. All right, so if you follow the example, we got $10,000 from the seller. All right, so that is a total of 2% concession. All right, 2% concession. All right, so the way that the bank calculates buy downs, all right, so what they call a basis point, this is where it gets confusing because points and percentages are mixed up sometimes. All right, is a basis point is 1/4 of 1% of the interest rate. Okay.
Let's not go over that. I want to go directly to it because people are going to get confused, man. Just listen, check this out. 1% of $500,000 is, 1% of $500,000 is $5,000. Let's just stick right there. 2% of $500,000 is going to be $10K. Okay, let's just go with that because once we start talking about points and all of that stuff, it super gets confusing. But just think about it. Okay, so imagine you're lowering your interest rate down 2 percentage points. That's the best way to say it. Okay. So basically 1 point would be considered, if I had to go, now remember, imagine an interest rate broken down into 4 quarters. Okay. So if I go from a 5.50 and I wanted to take 25 cents from 50, what would that be? The next down from a 5.50 would be a 5.25. That's considered 1 point. If I go down another point from a 5.25, 1 point will be considered a 5.0. If I want to go down another point, okay, all right, another point from a 5% to a down 1 point from 5%, it would go down from 5% to a 4 point what? Come on, somebody to give me the answer. Okay, I'll give it to y'all. Okay, if I want to go down one more point, that would mean I'm going down to I'm going to go down to a 5 point. I'm going to go down to from 5% to a 4.75. Okay, now keep going, Ian, because I want people not to miss this. Okay, and I'm going to put this example in the chat so you guys got it. Okay, all right. So
All right. So
a
you want
point
me to
is
run it?
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So imagine you have a 7% interest rate.
Go 6.25 for the example. Just use that.
Okay. So say I have a 6.25% interest rate and I wanted a 5.25 interest rate, a full point less in interest rate. Okay. That's going to cost me 4% of the loan principal. All right. So that's the way it breaks down. So if you wanted to buy your rate down 1 full percent, it's going to cost you 4% of the purchase price. Put a 1 in the chat if you follow me on that one, right? So if a $500,000 purchase price and I wanted to go a full percent lower in interest, I'm going to have to pay the bank 4% of the purchase price.
That will be considered $20,000.
Correct.
Okay, so let's go over this, guys. Okay, so and then listen, Bruno just brought up a good point, guys. I want to make sure that you guys got this because this is where this stuff right here, where we're telling you guys ask questions because we need for you to understand it. Because if you're investing with a VA loan and you don't understand it, the realtor is going to mess you up, and then you're going to make a mistake, guys. You need to know this math. It's very, very important to understand this math, and we're going to break it all the way down for you. Okay, so in order for me to go from a 6.25 30-year fixed interest rate to a 5.75 interest rate, that's going to cost me $10,000 to buy my interest rate down. The example is in the chat, okay? If you guys look at the example I showed you guys, $500,000, 6.25 interest rate. Your principal is what you borrowed. The interest is the cost of borrowing the money. That's what the bank is charging you guys. So in order for me to go down 2%, 2 points, okay, or to go down from a 6.75 to a 6.25 to a 5.75, it's going to take $10,000. My monthly payment is going to be $2,918. Now, if I took that 10 grand and lowered my purchase price down $10,000, so that means that I got $10,000 from who, Ian? Who do I get the money from?
Comes from the seller.
It comes from the seller. The seller's giving me a credit. I negotiated, and then I wanted to get 10 grand, and then most realtors would negotiate the purchase price down. Okay, you think you're getting a deal, but actually that's not a deal. Because right now, when you do what? Here's a little bit of trivia. Sierra, are you here still? Okay. My sister Sierra.
Yes. Give me a second.
Okay, outstanding. Bruno, can you tell me why I don't want to negotiate the value of the property down? Why does that not make sense?
Because then what's going to happen is you're gonna bring that value down. So then later on down the line, whenever you're looking at trying to do a refinance, a cash out, or anything like that, right? You will ultimately be a lower comparable for yourself. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. You are being, the blue falcon for the military folks in here. You guys understand what that is? You guys are the ones that are going to be negatively impacting your neighborhood, right? So if you're buying something, you're somewhere, you want to get the most bang for your buck, right? So make that money stretch. Get the credit instead of lowering the purchase price down because they were doing the math and everything else. You can apply that money, right? The name of the game is trying to get the payment down. You can get the payment down and still have a higher purchase price. So if you're worried about the payments, get as much money as possible and then apply it to where it makes sense.
Out freaking standing. And guys, listen to me. I just put that in the chat, guys. I put the example in the chat. I pinned a comment in the chat, guys, so you guys could understand the strategy. I'm going to pin it in the comments again. And basically what Bruno is telling you guys, most real estate professionals are going to negotiate the price down, which is the absolute That's not always the best strategy. Now, if you guys want to do that, that's cool. If I took $10,000 off of the purchase price of the property, that only lowers my payment approximately $40. But if I use that 10 grand to buy down my interest rate from the seller, I save $161 a month in monthly payment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Glenn. I'm rocking out with my sister Sierra. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys understood that scenario and why this is important. Today, we're going over negotiation strategies for VA loans. If you guys want more information, text VA loan to 760-385-8211, and Ian, Sierra will hop on a call with you guys to go over your example. Okay, now let's get back to the teaching. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions on Instagram? I'm looking at the chat. It's a lot of people in the chat. Any questions on Instagram? Any questions on Clubhouse? Anybody have any questions on Clubhouse they'd like to ask? Okay, now I want you guys to, now for those of you that are on YouTube, let me give you guys another chicken nugget. April, thank you for joining us. WOG, thank you for joining us. April, thank you for rocking out with us. Okay, check this out. Here's another scenario that I want to give to you guys, okay? Now, here is another scenario that you guys could have, okay? Ian, Sierra, can you guys tell me what concessions could be used for also with negotiating that money from the seller? That means you negotiate on a property, you're getting credits from the seller. The seller's going to give you a credit. What else could I negotiate from the seller? What else can I get from the seller?
Are you saying what else could we use the concessions for?
Yep.
Okay. This is a really great hack. All right. So we just talked about the concessions, how you could use it to buy the rate down, but that's not the only place you can go. All right. So you can never get cash out of a deal. So just so you know, don't think you're going to, go to Vegas on the seller's money. It's not going to happen. However, if you have other debts under your name, those concessions can go, and this is a really big hack that not a lot of people think about. If you have other debts, if you have credit cards, student loans, vehicles, back child support, if any of y'all are misbehaving, like there is a way to take those concessions and apply it towards other debts that you have under your name. And what happens with that is that your interest rate is somewhat determinant on your debt to income ratio. All right. So if you are able to use the concessions from the seller and lower your current debt load, you may be able to get a better interest rate or a lower payment from the bank. All right. And even if, say it's credit cards, say I got 20 grand in credit card, or let's not go that high. Say I got 5 grand in credit card debt. Most credit cards are like 18%. But say even if you have a really high interest rate from the bank, say it's like 8% or something like that. If you could use the seller concession and put it on your credit card debt, you are paying less interest, and your debt to income ratio is managed because you don't have as many payments going out. So to utilize the concessions in a way there, it can pay off your current debt that you have so you can get a better deal and better payment for your piece of real estate.
That is magnificent. Okay. So guys, listen, the reason why the concessions now, I want Bruno, if you could do me a favor, can you put what you're supposed to write in the offer? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. We own, this is the SitRep Podcast and the Win in Real Estate House. We are live on social media platforms right now, and we're rocking out on the ones and twos. And today we're going to give you guys some game that you guys want to know. You get to ask us any question in the chat that you would like to ask us about the VA home loan benefit. Today, we're doing this digitally because we want to get information out. And for those of you who are joining us, if you guys want to set up a free, everybody say free, consultation call with us, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Let's freaking go. All right. So, does anybody have any questions so far? Anybody have any questions on stage? Clubhouse, does anybody have any questions or comments that they would like to ask or provide any value to the stage? Okay. Kazia Naduro, did you have a question? And Bruno, go ahead. Go ahead. I saw you come off mute.
No, I think that the only thing that I wanted to highlight, man, was the thing that Ian was talking about. So, so the reason why I'm about to drop this in the chat, guys, on why it is that you want to draft your offer a specific way. So verbiage matters, right? So the contract verbiage and everything else matters. So you want to write it in a certain way so that so the name of the game is get as much credit and concessions as possible. And then if you draft a contract in a way to where you put the ball in the court of the lender and your client, the buyer, right? And then at that point, you can apply the money to whatever it is that's going to make the most sense financially, and then will be the biggest payout in the big picture, right? So if you don't use, God damn it, sorry, man, people are trying to call me, get me out my game, man.
Come on.
Um, so if you don't use the right verbiage, right, what's going to happen is, you can essentially get money, and then money can be left on the table. So use the right wording, and then apply it to whatever is going to make the most sense, for like the big picture and stuff like that. But I'm about to drop it in the chat right now, man.
Okay, thank you for that. And then my brother Rob Nishnik asked me a question. He said, "Shout out to Rob, man. This is my homie. Okay, U.S. Marine combat veteran. Okay, Rob.
What up, doggy?
What up, Rob? This is Bruno, man. Hey, check it out, Rob. Check this out, bro. So we got. Did you guys go to DI school together or no?
Nah. But he was gangsta golf, and I was there in Fox, man. So we were neighbors.
Okay, Rob was out of control, man. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Don't let the suit fool you, man. Rob,
Oh no, we know.
I'm gonna tell you, Rob was out of freaking control, dog. I was like, what I just saw right now. I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should just quit DI being a DI or Rob was out of control, dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys hear voices coming from my profile, we're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Clubhouse, okay, and we're on Instagram at the same damn time, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, guys, if you have any questions, make sure you put your question in the chat. And the reason why we're kicking this information to you is because we have to continue to introduce ourselves until people are introducing us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing this information to you for free. Okay. And Ian, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end. I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna go on a different platform. You know, the one that I've been getting all of the information. And then I want you to join me over there, Ian, if you can. Bruno, you stick on Clubhouse, and then we're going to rock out. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or anything that you guys would like to ask us? So basically a concession. What's up, Red Staten? I see you on Instagram Live. Good to see you. So a concession is basically like a credit from the seller. When you negotiate Rob said he never saw anything. And WOG, the question is point cost always 2%? Only 2% can be used to buy down your interest rate. Now, everybody put prepaid principal in the chat. Prepaid principal in the chat right now. Please put prepaid principal in the chat, guys. The reason why I'm asking you guys to put this in the chat because I'm going to use this example to show you guys how to leverage that money to do anything. So Ian, no, let's go to Bruno. Bruno, can you tell me, can you tell them did you put it in the chat what they're supposed to put in the offers? And then we're going to go back to Sierra. And guys, come up.
Yeah, I just dropped it.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah, I just dropped it in there, man. So the thing that I put down, right? So it's so you're gonna ask for a certain amount, and then you'll go and then you'll drop it somewhere in your contract, right? That says seller to credit X amount towards buyers recurring / non-recurring closing costs, rate buy down, and or concessions. Okay, so it's like a blanket statement, but then essentially what you're doing is you are opening the avenues to where it can go towards damn near anything. Okay, so when you're talking about the percentages, when you're talking about the guidelines and everything else, right? So Anthony just mentioned a certain percent that you can put towards, towards buying the rate down. The VA guideline will go and talk about how, it's 4% that you can use for concessions, but then it'll go and specifically break down what is not considered a concession, right? Ultimately, if you put in everything, then now you can go and piecemeal it to where it makes the most sense for you to apply so that you're never leaving money on the table. Let's go.
Let's go, Bruno, man. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys enjoyed that conversation. Thank you, guys. Now, listen, I'm telling you right now, guys, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. I'm going to pin another link in the chat so you guys can get on here. You guys can rock out with me. Guys, we're telling you guys how to negotiate. You're not going to get this game from anywhere freaking else. I'm telling you, you're not going to get this VA chicken nuggets fresh out of the grease coming from my man Bruno and Sierra. Okay, and Bree, I see you on stage. Welcome to the stage, Bree. How can we help you win? How are you doing today? Bree, are you with us? What question do you want to propose to the stage today? All right, we'll come back to you. Let's see here. Let's go to Miss Naduro. How can we help you win in real estate? Good morning. How are you doing today? You guys can hear me, right? Am I talking to myself?
No, we can hear you over here.
Okay, good. Jose, what question do you have? How can we help you win in real estate?
No, thank you guys. Everything you guys are teaching is great. Just being here, I'm winning already.
All right, man. I love it, brother. I love it, man. That's what I'm talking about. He's winning already. So do you have a real estate question that you'd like to propose to the space?
No, not quite yet.
Outstanding. Let me do a quick room reset. Guys, above my head, you will see the SitRep YouTube channel. Please click the link above my head. Get on the YouTube and leave me a comment. This is going to help us curate the algorithm. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to, once I get at least 10 shares right now, I am going to go, myself, Ian, Sierra, and Bruno. We are about to go through the entire VA construction loan process. So put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out on the ones and twos. We're going to talk to you guys about, hey, Annette. What up, Annette? Annette is in the building. Let me see. What you doing, Auntie Nettie? Let me see if I can invite Auntie Nettie on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Nettie, come on up, man. Okay, Annette's in the building, guys. This is the homie. For those of you who see Annette Dion on the app, she has been here with us since the beginning. She's behind the scenes. Okay, but this is the homie. And I'm sorry that Nick Sabian has retired. Okay, all right. Go Georgia. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out with me right now. I got a question. So, Bruno, can you start off the VA construction loan? And Sierra, flash your mic if you're back with us because I want you to explain some of this stuff as well. VA construction loan, everybody put it in the chat. We're going to talk about the step-by-step process. Okay?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think they're stepped into a meeting.
Okay, good. Rock out.
I'll start it off, man. So the biggest thing, right, is understanding what the VA one-time close construction product is. So it's essentially going to be something that allows you, and man, against what everyone else is saying out there, you absolutely can buy land and build all at the same time with no money down. That's the biggest thing, man. So you're able to find land, buy the land, get the funding for everything that you need to be able to build a house, stick build from the ground up, right? All within the same loan. But that's the gist of a one-time close. Now, the biggest thing is this: the biggest difference between the VA one-time close and the traditional way for you to be able to go build homes, right? Normally, you're looking at a three loan process, like three different types of loan that you would have to get. You have to go get a land loan for you to go buy the land. You close, you have closing costs with every single close that you have. You go, you buy the land, you have your closing costs, you pay that out of pocket, right? Not to mention that you typically have to put down a significant amount whenever you're talking about buying land, anywhere between 25 to 35% down, typically, for you to be able to buy the land. Then you go and then you have to get the financing for the construction. Meanwhile, while you're getting the finance for the construction, don't forget that you just bought land. So now you have a mortgage. So you're paying the mortgage on that land loan. Now you turn around, you get another loan, right, for the construction itself. Remember, closing costs, out of pocket, typically money down, right? So now that's your second one. Every time that the builder is going to pull money out, for them to go buy the products and do everything else, you, the borrower, you're paying the interest on the money that the builder takes out. Then the last one, once everything is built, you're going to do what's called a construction to permanent loan. Okay, that's when you're rolling your land loan, your construction loan, all into one loan, so you only have one payment. Remember, closing costs, down payment, out of pocket expenses, right? Everything that I just told you, that three-part process can be mitigated by you using the VA one-time closed loan, and then you do it all at once with no money out of pocket. That's the gist of it, man. Back over to you.
Out freaking standing. Can you hop on and see if you can hear me? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, guys, listen, check this out. VA construction loan explained. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys thought that was magnificent. We are live on all of the social media platforms. I'm currently on YouTube right now, so you guys could actually see my face. And then we are on all of the social media platforms, so you guys could hear me. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys are rocking out with me on YouTube. Okay. Anybody on Clubhouse? Let's see here. Bruno, can you speak? I want to make sure that you guys could hear us through the microphone. Okay.
Hey
Yeah, I'm
Tony,
over here on Clubhouse right now.
Okay. Yes.
hey Tony, I just want to let you know. I think the room went down on X.
I shut it down.
Got it.
I'm on the other app. Okay. You know which one I'm talking about. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, guys, welcome to the show. My name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor. Put a fire emoji in the chat, guys. Listen to me right now. For those of you, put a 1 in the chat, guys. Listen, I'm gonna rock out really, really hard. I'm gonna be talking about everything that you need to know. Bruno just covered the VA construction loan. Okay, hit that follow button, hit that like button, guys. I'm gonna be dropping hot chicken nuggets fresh out of the grease. For those of you who are on with us, we are live on all social media platforms, and we are about to rock out, baby. All right, outstanding. So here's the deal: VA construction loan. Okay, so Ian, you're going to be the bank. Who are you, Ian?
Got the money.
Okay. All right. You're going to be the money. Bruno, you are going to be the builder. Who are you going to be, Bruno?
Bob the Builder, that's me.
Bob the Builder. Guys, if you guys cannot see me, okay, if you guys, I'm on another social media platform. If you guys can't see me, guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm going through everything that you guys need to know about the VA construction loan. Put a fire emoji in the chat, okay? If you guys are rocking out with us. Okay, I'm going to kick it like a sensei. We're going to be breaking down the VA construction loan today. Okay, so everybody put 4 in the chat. Put the number 4 in the chat right now, because this is going to be very, very important. Put a number 4 in the chat, and then this is the number 4 is going to be very, very important. And the reason why it's going to be important is because, okay, guys, the number 4 is 4 positions in the VA construction loan. Okay, 4 positions in the VA construction loan. How many? 4. Okay. So right now, if you're on Instagram, put the number 4. If you're on Clubhouse, put the number 4. Put the number 4 in the chat right now, guys. Okay. And shout out to the 117 people who are rocking out with me on the other app. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Okay. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. If you hear voices coming through my headphone, or you hear them on the app, they're coming through from others, from either YouTube or Facebook. Okay. So guys, listen. All right. So here's the deal. Okay, so Bruno, can you hop over on the if you could do that, hop over if you can. Okay, because I'm on right now. Okay, so guys, check it out. I'm gonna make Ashley a moderator. Ashley, while we're doing that, can you let the people know who you are and what you do, please?
Hey y'all! Happy clubversary, Anthony!
All right, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, good to be in a building. Hey everybody, Dr. Ashley V. Wilkerson. I am a fan. That's what I am today, Anthony. I'm a fan of the Win in Real Estate team. I'm a friend and a supporter. Happy to be here.
Out freaking standing, man. Make sure y'all give Ashley Wilkerson a follow. Look her up on all of the social media platforms. Okay, Farmers Only, Christian Mingles, Gerber. You will see her modeling.
Gerber? Seriously? That's what we're doing?
You'll see her modeling some car seats. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's good to hear from you. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. If you guys are excited, I need 100 likes right now. Okay. I want to see that the likes going up, guys. Okay. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out right now. We're about to go through the VA construction loan. Put the number 4 in the chat right now. Let's get to it. Okay. So number 1 is going to be the veteran. Number 2 is going to be the builder. Okay. Who's the builder on stage right now? Who's the builder?
This guy right here.
Okay. Bruno's going to be the builder. Okay. All right. So Bruno, can you do me a favor? And then, you know, the app that we were on before when we were at the gym, hop over there.
Yep. I'll try. Cause I'm on the
big
phone here.
secret?
I'll tell you, dog. I'll just tell you. Just go with me. Stay over here. Okay, I got you. Okay. So here's the steps, guys. Step 1. Okay. Bruno is going to be the builder. I'm going to be the veteran. Okay. And guys, listen to me. This is what we're doing. Okay. So listen, you got your veteran. Okay. That's going to be number 1. So I'm going to put this in the chat. Number 1 is going to be the vet. 1 is going to be the vet. Okay. 2 is going to be the bank. Okay. 3 is going to be the builder. UILDER. And then number 4 is going to be escrow. Okay, I am going through the VA construction loan and I'm breaking it all the way down step by step, guys, so you guys understand how to do it. Okay, so right now I'm breaking down the VA construction loan for those of you who are jumping on the live. Okay, so put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out with me. So number 1 is going to be the vet. Number 2 is going to be the bank. Number 3 is going to be the builder. Okay, and then number 4 is going to be escrow. Okay, these are the 4 positions that you guys need for the VA construction loan. Okay. Now, these 4 steps are really, really important because these 4 positions. Okay. So now so Ian, tell me what the veteran has to do first. What's the first step, Ian?
They need to get qualified for the money.
Okay. So the veteran goes to the bank. He goes to the bank and then he goes and gets the money. That's the first step. Okay. So he has to go and get the money from the bank. Okay, so now what the VA does, the VA is going to take that money and then they're going to put it into where? What's the next step? Thank you, Dr. Carissa, for rocking out with me. Really appreciate that. What's the next step?
I'm going to put it in escrow.
The money's going to go into escrow. Can you explain what escrow is, please?
Yeah. Okay. So escrow is the fund police in the whole situation. So what they are, they're the neutral third party to make sure that the contract and all the rules stated by all the parties get followed accordingly to the contract. So what they are the referee. They make sure that nobody gets anything that they shouldn't, and that's their only job, right? So what they do is once the bank issues the money, it goes to escrow, and escrow handles the disbursements of those funds in accordance with the contract that's in place and given to them at the same time they receive the money.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going over the VA construction loan, and guess what? Everybody can do this. Okay, so right now I got 165 likes. I need to get that up. So listen, check this out, guys. As I'm going along, my goal is to get 10,000 likes, and my goal is to get 50 shares. As soon as I get up there, every 1,000, I'm going to unlock another level of the VA construction loan. So right now, here's the 4 steps. The veteran gets qualified for the VA home loan benefit. That's step 1. Okay. So step 2, what's the step 2? Step 2.
Money goes to the escrow.
There you go. All right. Boom. Money goes into escrow. Thank you for coming off mic. And then, so the money goes into escrow. What is escrow? Somebody give me the definition of escrow. What is escrow? Escrow.
It's a mutual third party that handles money, paperwork, and contracting to ensure that every party is abiding by what's legally contracted.
Bingo. Okay. Bingo. Bingo. All right. Escrow is a neutral third party. The money goes into a holding account called escrow. Then what's up? I got a VIP guy. I got a VIP in the building. I got a Debo Cornegay in the building. Me and him go way, way back. We were stationed in the U.S. Marines together. Shout out to brother Cornegay. You can come on the live if you want to, brother. I'll invite you up if you want to come on the live too. Guys, I'm on Instagram. We're on all of the social media platforms. If you guys are liking this content, put a fire emoji in the chat, because right now we're breaking down and explaining the VA construction loan, guys. I'm telling you, ain't nobody breaking this shit down like we do, okay? I am breaking everything down with my friends on how to utilize the VA construction loan. Okay, what is the next step? Somebody give me the next step. VA construction loan. Give me the next step.
So we already said the money's going to go to escrow, right? But at the same time, right, so as that money goes to escrow and then the deal is getting funded, the lender, right, is getting involved. The lender is communicating with me, Bob the builder, right, to ensure that one, I have a VA builder ID number, right, and then to make sure that my experience matches the job that I'm now taking on. So if I'm going to be building a 3,000 square foot house, the lender, right, is going to have their own construction team that is going to vet that builder to make sure that the builder has the experience, the capacity, the reputation, the credit, and the funding to be able to do all the things that support building a 3,000 square foot house.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Okay, so step one, veteran goes to the bank. Okay. Step two, the bank has to be a VA certified bank. Step three, the money goes into a holding account called an escrow account. That holding account is basically like a neutral third party, and they make sure that all of the parties are doing anything in accordance with the law of your state. Okay. Then step four, what happens is that the builder now does what? What does a builder do? Ian, Bruno, what do they do?
They start taking the money in draws to build out different portions of the construction.
Out freaking standing. Everybody put the word DRAWS, draws. DRAWS. Put draws in the chat right now. Guys, I'm going through the VA construction loan. Right now, I'm at 673 likes. Okay, right now I only got one share. Guys, for every 1,000 people that come on and give me a like on my social media platform, I'm going to unlock a different level of information. So guys, click the link, okay? And I just pinned the link. If you guys want to get on the YouTube and see me live and in color, you can click that link. This information is going to live there rent-free, and I will be having that information there infinitely. Right now, we're at 692 likes. We have 72 people here right now. Click that link. Get on the YouTube so you guys can get on here and ask questions. Are there any questions about the VA construction loan thus far? I see Miss Valise. Thank you for joining us on the stage. Did you have a question? How can we help you win in real estate? Valise. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. Miss Velez, do you have a question?
Good afternoon, everybody. No questions. As always, just tuning in. I love all the content that you all always take the time to pour out into us.
Well, thank you for joining us. So I need for you to do me a favor. Can all of you guys do me a favor? I want you guys to click the link above my head, the YouTube channel. And I want you guys to leave a comment on the YouTube channel, because we are now monetizing. And the more people that get on the YouTube, guys, that's going to help us get our audience out. So I really appreciate you guys. If you guys could click the link and get on the YouTube channel, get on there, click that YouTube channel for us. And then, get on there and, show us some love, put the word WIN. And for those of you who are joining us, okay, if you're a veteran and you want to learn how to win with the VA home loan benefit, guys, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Ladies and gentlemen, we just broke 800 likes. Man, let's freaking go. All right, so let's get back to it. Keep hitting that like button, guys. I'm going to continue to kick it like a sensei. Now, Ian, Bruno, so tell me what the next step is. I got the money. The money's in the bank. What is the fundamental difference between the money being in the bank and the money doing a VA construction loan and a regular VA conventional build? What is the fundamental difference?
The biggest thing is going to be that throughout the construction, you as that veteran, you are not making any payment whatsoever. So before, if people were listening, man, you heard me say that, as you close all these different loans, you are paying interest, you are paying the closing costs, you're putting a down payment, right? Every time that the builder takes one of those draws out, right, and they pull money out, you are actively paying as the thing is built. So you have your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is that you got going on, right? Along with having to make those payments while all that stuff is still happening. Now, for this, right, it's no payment until the property is completely built. Now, what I mean by completely built, I'm talking about like that thing is ready for you to move in. So you don't make one payment until you obtain what's called a certificate of occupancy, meaning that like somebody has gone through, they have inspected it, they have certified to say it is official. This person can now go get their pillow and blanket and now start sleeping in here as of today. And that's when you start making your payments.
Oh, man. Y'all cannot tell me this is not some dope information, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we just broke 1,000 likes. Let's continue to grow this space. Guys, if you guys want more information, text VA loan to 760-385-8211 to get on our waiting list so you guys can know when we're doing that. Smash the hell out of that like button. We're talking about the VA construction loan and we're breaking it down. Let me recap for those of you who have just joined us. Step one, the veteran goes down to where? What? No, let me do a little bit of real estate trivia. All right. So here's the deal. What's up, Adam? I owe you a phone call. Brother Adam, I owe you a phone call. Right now, make sure you get the shares up, guys. We're rocking out on the ones and twos, and we're giving you free information about the VA loan, guys. For free. So let's do a little bit of real estate trivia. What's the first step? What's the first step in the VA construction loan process?
Securing the financing. So finding a bank that is actually able to support and can actually do it. Most people that are not able to do it are the ones that are going to give you the misinformation. So if you hear somebody say, oh yeah, no, like you can't do that with a VA loan, they're telling you because they can't do it with a VA loan. So the very first step is securing the financing and finding somebody that is going to be able to give you the money.
Okay, put a 1 in the chat if he's right, put a 2 in the chat if he's wrong. Put a 1 in the chat if he's right, put a 2 in the chat he's wrong. Okay. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if he's right. That is absolutely correct. Thank you for participating, guys. He is absolutely right. All right. Okay. So what's the next step in the VA construction loan? What's the next step? Anybody? What's the next step? What is the next step in the VA construction loan process? Anybody can answer. What is the next step in the VA construction loan process? Okay. Chris Deuce, thank you for putting 1. Okay. What is the next step in the VA construction loan process? Okay. All right. I'm almost up to 2,000. Hit that heart button. Guys, get the shares out right now. Let people know that we're here. Let me do a quick room reset. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are on our socials and we are rocking out, talking about the VA construction loan with my friends. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor, serial entrepreneur. I promise you guys we were going to get on here and rock out today. We're telling you all of the VA loan secrets that you guys need to know. What we're going to talk about today is the VA construction loan, number 1. We're going to talk about the VA rehab loan, number 2. We already covered concessions, number 3. Number 4, we're going to talk about the interest rate reduction refinance loan. And then we're also going to talk about the cash out refinance to buy additional properties. Now, we have an in-person event on the 27th of January at 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211 if you guys want to get on that virtual list. It is free, guys. What we're trying to do is the only way that we will be able to continue to rock out on this information is that if you guys share it and we go viral on social media platforms. If you notice, I was on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Christian Mingles. I was everywhere, man, trying to get this information out. So right now what we're doing is we're consolidating this information and then we're rocking out and getting you guys to the class. So if you guys want to get to that free class, Everybody put free in the chat. We're going to teach you guys how to win with the VA loan for free, guys. It's going to cost you no money. Okay. Now, the only way, what I'm going to need is we're going to need for you guys to hit that like button and keep pushing up. Guys, we just broke 2,000 on social media, so let's rock out. All right. Now that we're at 2,000 likes, let's go to the next thing. So the next step is going to be, what's the next step? Okay. Secure the bag. Where does the bag go? Where does the money go?
Escrow.
What is the escrow? What's the definition of escrow? Can anybody tell me what escrow is? Don't all jump in at once, man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now, man. I know you guys are listening. Come on, come on.
So is it they make sure all the rules are followed and they disperse the money as needed?
That is correct. Okay. But all right, he's right. Okay. So they make sure all of the money goes where it's supposed to go. Ian, can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Escrow. What is escrow?
Escrow is the referee. They make sure everything goes where it's supposed to go and nobody gets any more or less than they're entitled to according to the contract.
That is correct. So escrow is a neutral third party. They basically make sure that the money goes where it needs to go to. Okay, so now we got step 1 and step 2. What is the next step? What's the next step, guys? What is the next step in the process? Okay, I know y'all been taking notes, man. What's the next step?
The builder, having all the draws made to start the building process.
That is correct. The very next step is the builder. Okay, so here's what happened next. The builder is going to, you got to identify the VA construction builder. So the VA construction builder is going to be the person that's going to be able to do the VA loan. Okay, so basically that builder is going to be certified by the VA to do VA construction loans. So what happens with that builder after he does that? What happens next? What does the builder do next? The lender communicates with the builder, and then what do? The builder starts taking what does he need in order to build, guys?
He get draws from the bank, and based off materials and what needs to be done in each phase, he pulled those draws from the bank.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. All right. There it is. So draws are basically like withdrawals from the bank, and they go in phases. So phase 1 could be the land. Phase 2 could be the foundation and the permits. Phase 3 could be plumbing, heating, air, electrical foundation, and roof. Phase 4 can be finishings, carpentry. Phase 5 could be thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Nisha, your videos are very informative but easy to understand. Let's love the format. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to us. Thank you for the comment on YouTube. Guys, listen to me. We're trying to go live. We're trying to go viral on YouTube and all of the social media platform. We cannot do that unless you got the only way that more people can. The only way, listen, we're on a mission. Okay, we are on a mission. Okay, to reach 21 million people by leveraging this stuff. Nobody is telling you guys how to do this stuff. We're the only people breaking this down shotgun style so you guys could understand it. Vanessa Lauren, thank you for joining us. Listen, guys, click the link above my head, get on my YouTube channel and start leaving some comments. That's going to help the algorithm get us up. So right now, if you guys want information, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Okay. And then Vanessa, we will invite you to come over here and on stage with us and ask some questions. So now here's what we're going to talk about next. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys enjoy us breaking down the VA construction loan step by step. Now I'm gonna yield the mic to my brother Ian. Ian, are you here?
Yeah, brother, what you got?
So, brother Ian, can you tell me the fundamental difference between give me the definition. Why is the VA loan better than doing a regular construction loan? Can you explain that to me, please? Why is it better to utilize the VA construction loan versus a regular loan?
Okay. So Bruno touched on this earlier, and this is a really, really, really important piece of it, is that It's called the VA one-time construction loan, one-time close construction loan. And what that means is that you don't have as many closing fees as you would with a traditional construction loan, because the bank has all these different closing fees involved because they don't want to put out, because construction's risky.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot different than buying a house that's already built, that's already has that already has occupancy, all that other stuff. Not every builder knows what they're doing, and certainly not everybody knows how to manage their money. So what happens here is they make you close different loans throughout the whole process. And what happens is, I think, Bruno, are you still there? Like, what was the number of closes that you have to pay for on a traditional one, right? What was it, 4?
So that one more time.
What was the number? How many different loans do you close on a traditional construction project?
3.
3. All right. So you have 3 different pairs of closing costs, or sets of closing costs, that you'll have to pay for using traditional financing for construction. All right. You
Not
got
to
to buy.
mention the down payment, man.
Yeah, there you go. Not to mention the down payment. That's a very good point. All right. So the biggest benefit of using the VA construction loan, yeah, it's not easy, but if you do the math, there's a lot of benefit there if you can run the project correctly, because you don't start paying interest, you don't start making your monthly payments until the day you move into that property.
Man, if that's not a bar, I don't know what is, guys. And then I'm posting the, make sure you guys hit the link above my head and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's called the SitRep Podcast, guys. And guys, listen to me. We're giving you this information for free. We're not asking you for anything. All we're asking you guys to do is hit that like button. And guess what, guys? I got an announcement to make. We have 3.1. We got 3,100 likes on social media and complimentary to each other. Right now, there has been 41 people on our YouTube live. And right now we have 21 people here in the Win in Real Estate Clubhouse room. So man, let's freaking go. All right, so now let's go over the next thing, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, because when we hit 4,000, we're going to unlock another VA loan nugget, guys. All right. So listen, here's what we're going to talk about next. Okay. We're going to talk about the cash out refinance loan with the VA. Everybody put cash out refinance in the chat right now. Put cash out refinance in the chat right now. Excuse me. Cash out refinance. Cash out refinance. Cash out refinance. Now, Bruno, please do me a favor. Bruno, can you go over the cash out refinance and tell them how it works with the VA home loan benefit?
Yeah, absolutely. So a cash out refinance is when you go and you do a refinance on the loan that you currently have. And then whatever the equity is that you have, the equity position you have on a property, you can turn that into cash. What is equity? Equity is the difference between what you owe on a property and what that property is worth. So the value of that home, whatever that difference is, that's considered equity. So you can do a refinance and you can pull every single penny of that and be able to use that money to go do whatever else you want to do, whether it's you go invest, whether you want to pay off debt, whatever the case is. But it allows you to be able to take out every single dollar of equity and then now be able to use that money and have cash that you would not have otherwise.
So right now I got a couple of things in the chat, guys. Listen, check this out. Great conversation, veteran here. I would like to know, can one-time close be used for a 4-unit? Ooh, man. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys, okay. So put a 1. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing a little bit of real estate trivia right now, guys. Okay. This question is coming. Do you specialize in VA loans? Yes, we do. Okay. Now, the question that was proposed to the stage, can you utilize the VA loan to build a fourplex? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe yes. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe no. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe yes. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe no. Okay, my sister, let me see here. Now, after this game, I cannot give you that answer, guys, on social media until I get to 4,000. I need 700 more people to give me a like on social media, and then that will get us to, I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. But go ahead and hit that like button. Here's what we're going to do, guys. Like up. We're at 3.4 right now. Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to read this information to you. VA will guarantee a construction permanent home loan that is a loan to finance the construction purchase of a resident. The loan is closed prior. What does that mean, guys? What does prior mean? Before. The loan is closed prior, okay? Prior to the start of the construction, with the proceeds dispersed to cover the cost of the loan. Okay? Now, it says the veteran can buy or build. Listen, I'm going to read this. Okay? Let me read this, okay? So, because a lot of people be like, man, you can't do that. I'm telling you right now, you can do it. The reason why you guys don't know about it is because y'all messing around with Navy Federal Credit Union or USAA. They don't care. They're not going to tell you this information. Okay? Now, listen to this. If the property is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, it may consist up to, now, Bruno, are you here? Listen to this, because I'm giving you the answer. Can you be your own builder in the process if you are a licensed builder? No, you cannot. Dr. Jacob, you can't build because it's a conflict of interest, okay? So, but you can hire a outside builder to do the VA construction loan. Okay, so let me give this to you guys real time. If a property is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, it may consist of 4 family units and 1 business unit plus 1 additional unit for each veteran participating in the VA loan. So that means that you can buy or build a fourplex with the VA loan. Did y'all hear that? You can build or buy a multi-unit with the VA construction loan consisting up to how many units, y'all? How many units? Somebody tell me, how many units can they buy or build?
No, it's 5, right? 5 units.
5 units. No, it's not 4. It's 5. Let me read it again. See, we got a lot of people saying 4, 5, 6. Listen to me, guys. This is the beauty of it. Look, I'm reading it right out of the VA handbook. Look, here's the VA handbook, guys. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. And guys, since I got to 4,000, you guys, congratulations. You just guys unlocked another VA loan nugget. If the purchase is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, how many? It may consist up to 4 family units, 1 unit, 1 business unit. So that's 5. Plus 1 additional unit for each veteran participating in ownership. Now watch this. I'm going to read this. Thus, 2 veterans. Everybody put the number 2. Put the number 2 in the chat right now. 2 veterans may purchase. Listen, here's the answer. Here's the answer, guys. You're going to love this. 2 veterans may purchase, or somebody on stage, everybody on stage on Clubhouse, unmute your mic and say or.
Or.
It's right here. Look, guys. Look, click the channel. Guys, look, I'm reading it out of the VA handbook. I'm reading it, guys. I'm reading it out of the VA handbook, okay? Thus, 2 veterans may purchase or construct residential property consisting of up to 6 family units, the basic 4 units, for each 2 veterans and 1 business unit. So what's 6 plus 1?
7.
Now, I'm going to read this again so people didn't miss it, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Glenn. We are the VA Loan Masters out here on social media. Guys, make sure you guys give me a follow. We're dropping nuggets. Make sure you give Ian Bruno, Ashley, a follow. All of the moderators a follow. Right now, click the link above my head. Leave some fire emojis in the chat. Blow this thing up. We just went to 4,000 likes. Guys, if you want more information about this information that I'm dropping it, we're dropping the hot chicken nuggets fresh out of the grease. We're rocking out, talking to you guys about the VA loan. A lot of people don't know this stuff because people are not talking about it because they don't know it. We just broke down. Listen, I'm going to read it again. If a property is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, it may consist of 4 family units. 1, 2, 3, 4. And, not or. And means plus. And 1 business unit. That's 5. Plus, that's adding 2 more units. 1 additional unit for each veteran participating in ownership. So guess what? That means a veteran can build a 7-plex with 2 VA loans. Man, y'all not picking up what I'm putting down. Maybe I'm going crazy. Bruno, man, am I going crazy, dog? Help me. Help me.
Nah, come on, man. Keep bringing the heat, son.
Dog, dog, I'm telling you right now. I guarantee you right now, nobody's telling you this information. Hit that like button right now, guys. We are talking about, listen, you can partner with a vet. Now, let me tell you about this. Can a non-veteran use a veteran's VA loan? Put a 1 in the chat if no. Put a 2 in the chat if yes. Put a 1 in the chat if no. Put a 2 in the chat if yes. Can a non-veteran use the VA loan? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat if no. Put a 2 in the chat if yes. Okay. Now, I need a veteran husband for real. Okay. All right. I don't know about that, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah.
She said she want to marry a vet right now. But listen, you don't have to marry a veteran in order to use the VA loan. Now, G baby, let me give you this game right now. Okay. Now, I see guys right now. I need to get to 5,000 likes right now on our social media platform right now. I know you guys could do it. Help us get to 5,000 likes. Does anybody have any questions on stage right now? Who has a question that they'd like to propose to the room? Put your questions in the chat as we're getting to 5,000. We're going to unlock another nugget. Now, listen to me, guys. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Columbia, South Carolina, G baby. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211 because we're about to drop another chicken nugget fresh out of the grease from Chick-fil-A, the Lord's Chicken. We're going to give you guys another nugget for free about the VA loan, how to partner with a vet with no money down. But I need to get to 5,000 likes right now. Let's do it. We're at 4.5. I need 500 more likes. Okay. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211 right now. Okay. And you guys can get on the waiting list for our VA loan masterclass happening in sunny Southern California. And we're going to give you guys some game. What are you going to write? The ebook. Dr. Jacob, I don't know, man. I ain't got time to write no ebook right now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to write these VA loans for y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's get back to the teaching. Okay. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to propose? Do I need 2 years of tax returns to get the VA loan? Okay. So check this out. Al, depending on what lender that you go to. Now, if you have disability, now Al asked, do I need 2 years of tax returns to get the VA loan? Typically, they do require for you to have 2 years of tax returns, but some lenders will negate that. Now, if you don't have any break in your, if you don't have a break in your employment, right? Let's just say that you had 1 year at one company and you had another year at another company. Right, then they can help you. We will be able. Some mortgage companies will be able to help you. Okay, so the VA loan is just concerned with these things. Let me tell you what they're concerned with: no late payments in the last 12 months. Number one, and that could be fixed. Number two, your ability to repay. Okay, all right, your ability to repay. Okay, and then number three, your certificate of eligibility. There is no minimum credit score for the VA loan. And if you have a late, you can do a manual underwritten approval, which means that they can give explanations for those lates. Now, here's a question. Ian, Bruno, let me ask a question. Do I have to pay off my lates? Okay. Do I have to pay off my charge-offs in order to get the VA loan? Yes or no?
No, you do not.
Why?
Because it's not because sometimes those can be utilized from the seller concessions to bring everything up to speed.
That is absolutely right. It's not a VA loan requirement for you to have to pay off your debt, all of your stuff. Now, let me see if you guys were paying attention to what I was talking about today. Bruno, hop off Clubhouse and get on the other app, bro. I want you over there.
Okay, bet.
Ian, we'll do you tomorrow, okay? So, because I need you over here, Ian, to rock out with me on Clubhouse. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Listen to me. I'm telling you guys, the information that we're giving it to you is for free, okay? All I'm going to ask, we're 200 likes away from getting to 5,000 likes, guys. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Ian, let me ask you a question. Is there a maximum loan amount for the VA loan? Yes or no?
No, there is not. If it's your initial first time use for your VA loan, meaning you have no other homes under your VA loan entitlement, if you can afford it, you can buy it.
Ding, 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 ding. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are rocking out with us, guys. Listen, I qualify for all three. Okay, so what is your current? Man, I'm telling you right now, man, the app is blowing up. Let me invite Bruno up here. Okay, so right now we just broke the 5,000 likes. Right now, guys, text VA loan to 760-385-8211. We are rocking out on YouTube and everything else, guys. Listen to me. We're giving you this information away for free. Okay, so listen. We're going to give you more information. Invite some people right now. I only got 4 shares. I want you guys to share this to your hallway. Okay. And right now we're talking about the rules of the VA loan. Let me tell you what you guys missed today. We talked about the VA construction loan. We talked about concessions. We talked about the, let's see here. Let me see, cancel. All right, Bruno, can you hear me? Let's see if you could speak real quick. Cause I see your profile. We can hear you, but barely. Okay. You need to turn your mic up, Jack.
Okay, let me see how I can mess with the camera here too.
Okay, we can barely hear. Okay, speak again. We can hear you, brother. All right. Okay. All right.
What I can do about that camera? I gotta turn this on. Hold on.
I can hear you, man. We can hear you. Okay, we can hear you loud and clear. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me do a quick room reset. My name is Anthony Glenn. I am your gracious host, and I have Bruno Nascimento and Ian Jensen. These are my co-hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, we're breaking down the VA Loan Masterclass, okay? What I'm going to do is, Bruno, if you could do me a favor and pin the YouTube channel in the chat, please, can you put that YouTube channel up there so people can click the YouTube channel and actually see us live and in color? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be rocking out on YouTube. Okay, if you guys could do me a favor and click click the link above my head, get on the YouTube channel and show us some love, okay? Because we're trying to go viral. We're currently rocking out and building this YouTube channel. Who has questions about the VA home loan benefit? Okay, so let me see here. Who are some good companies to try to get a home loan? Okay, so I will interconnect you with some people out that know how to master the VA home loan benefit. I want everybody right now that's on this live to put this word in the chat right now. The next word that I want you guys to put in the chat, the next word is going to be, let me see what word I want to put in. I forgot. I lost my, not concessions. We already talked about concessions. What if scenario? What if scenario? That's what I wanted. Put what if scenario in the chat right now. What if scenario? Everybody on YouTube, put what if scenario in the chat right now. Okay. Here's what a what if scenario is. When you go to Navy Federal Credit Union and you guys go apply for a loan, what they're going to do is they're just going to tell you a yes or a no. That's it. Okay. Now, if you go to a smaller company, what they'll usually do is how many people we got on there? Okay, it says I refinance. I don't see that one. Oh, it's down here at the bottom. Okay, let me see here. So From I refinance, I am 2.75%. How likely could I purchase my home with an LLC so I can restore my entitlement? Okay, Dr. Nisha, do not do that. You're going to take an L, okay? And I'm going to answer all of these questions. We just got a lot of questions coming from everywhere. So that means that you guys are ready, man. Smash that like button, smash that heart button right now. Make sure you give me, Bruno, and Ian a follow, guys. I'm going to tell you how I would work through that scenario. Here's the question. Okay, I missed the answer to my question. I use my VA to purchase the home I'm in. Do I still qualify? Okay, the Yaira workshop. Let me answer that question first. Bruno, can you answer that question? If she purchased a property, does she still rate the VA home loan benefit? Yes or no? Can she use it again?
Can.
Say it again, Bruno.
Yes, she absolutely can.
How?
So it's going to be depending on how much entitlement she has left over.
That is correct. So it's going to depend on how much entitlement that she has left over. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to go down. You're going to text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Bruno's going to put it in the chat. Okay. And I'm going to talk about the what if scenario. What's up, G baby? Welcome back. Okay. So listen to me, guys. We're giving you the game for free. This is free information for veterans. Okay. Now you're going to go to va.gov. You're going to download your certificate of eligibility and you're going to see how much you have left. If you fulfilled the occupancy for the 90 days, because you don't have to be in the house for a long time. A lot of people are saying that you got to be in the house for 2 years. That is false. You fulfill the occupancy. What banks usually do is they want you in there for 12 months. But the VA doesn't care about that because if you get deployed, they're not going to say that you have to stay in the property. So if you got certificate of eligibility left, you can buy another property. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want everybody to do this on all of the lives right now because I got a lot of stuff going on my computer. Right now, what I want you guys to put 300,000 in the chat right now. Put 300,000 in the chat and I'm going to give you guys an example of this. And I'm going to break it down shotgun style so you guys could see it. Put 300,000 in the chat right now. Okay. And then I'm going to answer your question on YouTube, Dr. Nisha. Just hang around with me. Okay. So now let's just say I had a $300,000. I purchased a property in North Carolina for $100,000. And I have $300,000 left on my VA entitlement for my secondary use. Y'all heard that? Secondary use. That means I could use my VA loan again. So let's just say I moved to California. Okay. I moved to California. The cost of living is higher out here. I have $300,000 on my entitlement and I wanted to buy a $310,000 property. Ian, what is 310,000 minus 300,000? What is 310,000 minus 300,000?
That is $10,000.
So that means that I got a $10,000 difference. Listen to me. You do not have to pay the whole $10,000 to buy the next property. Again, you do not have to pay the whole $10,000 in difference. What do I have to pay? Ian, Bruno, give me the answer.
25% of the difference. Okay. But now this is the part where people get lost in it, man. It's the entitlement, however much you have entitlement. When we're telling you about the entitlement, that's just to calculate for you to be able to go zero money down. So the 25%, it's not 25% of the entire purchase price, 25% of the difference. If you have a $10,000 difference, you're talking about needing to put down $2,500. $2,500 as a down payment for you to be able to go and buy a house.
Oh, man. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys enjoyed that, man. Right now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to hit those likes right now. I'm 400 away from 6,000. My goal is 10,000 likes on all social media platforms. Guys, go to the SitRep Podcast where we help you win in real estate. And guys, the 27th, if you guys want to get on the waiting list with the virtual VA Loan Masterclass, text VA Loan to 760-385-8211. G baby, can you put that number in the chat, please? Text VA Loan to 760-385-8211. text VA loan to 760-385-8211 to get on the waiting list. Now, let me tell you what I was talking about with I got to answer this next question. And then I know, so the bank has a what if scenario. Most brokerages have what if scenario. So basically what that means, a what if scenario is a bank will look at your credit and tell you, what if you pay down this credit card $2,000? Then you're going to get this interest rate. That's called a what if scenario. So guys, instead of just dumping all of your freaking money and paying off all of your debt, do not do that. If you got charge-offs, do not do anything unless you talk to us, because sometimes when you pay off everything, it actually hurts your buying ability to purchase. Sometimes when you pay off charge-offs, it might hurt your credit. So veterans, listen to me. Do not pay off everything. Make sure you hit us up and we will tell you exactly what you need to do with the what if scenario. Now, everybody put rapid rescore in the chat, and then Dr. Nisha, I'm going to answer your question. And ladies and gentlemen, let me do a quick room reset while we're doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Right now, we're crushing it on all of the social media platforms where we're telling you guys how to win in real estate utilizing the VA home loan benefit. And you can partner with a vet to do these things. Now, there is no maximum loan amount for the VA loan. So no maximum loan amount, guys. So G baby, let me tell you what you guys, what happens. Okay. So G baby's on another social media platform, guys. And we're talking about how to win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. Right now, I got 4 shares. As soon as I get to 6,000 likes, I'm going to give you guys more information. Get me pre-approved. Okay. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211, and my staff will reach out to you today on how to win in real estate. Guys, we've done over $1 billion of real estate sales. Let me tell you what a rapid rescore is. The lenders, now you guys probably didn't even know this. Lenders have the ability to look at your credit and tell you what you need to do in order to get a better interest rate. You don't see that from Bank of America, Navy Federal Credit Union, and all these big institutions, because they don't care, because they make more money by charging you more interest. Now, get me up to 6,000 likes right now, and I'm going to give you guys some more gems, okay? So let me answer this question. So basically, what happens is they do a what-if scenario. They look at your credit. After they look at your credit, they tell you what you need to do. You do what you need to do to get your credit where it needs to be at. And then they send that information to the 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And they do a rapid rescore, and they reset your credit immediately by utilizing that strategy. That is a what-if scenario and a rapid rescore. Every lender has the ability to do it. But the reason why you haven't heard about it is because Bank of America and all these big banks don't care about. They only care about getting you approved or not getting you approved. So the reason why we're telling you guys about this information is because we want you guys to win. Now, Ian, Ian, are you here?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about this next step. So now her question was, Dr. Nisha said, I want a dream home and teach us how to lower the down payment conforming limit. Okay. So from Dr. Nisha, I refinance. I'm at a 2.75. How likely could I purchase my home with an LLC so I can restore my entitlement? She's a veteran. Do you suggest that she put her property in an LLC? Yes or no?
Okay, so this is something that we talk about pretty often. So you want to get okay, so that's a common misconception about, oh, I'll just make the LLC my owner of this house, and then I'll be able to use my entitlement again. It's not that easy. Okay, so what you got to do is you got to go through a couple steps, and to be honest, you got to restructure your way of thinking about that scenario. So the best way to do it is step 1 is to create a family trust. All right. So step 1, create a trust. Step 2, you need to look at your debt to income ratio, or excuse me, not that income ratio, the amount of equity you have in that property. All right. So you need 20% is the sweet spot that you got to hit when it comes to equity position before you want to utilize your next entitlement. All right. So if the house is worth $100,000, you got to make sure it's paid down to 80%. All right. So the first things first, make a trust. Second thing, take what it's worth and multiply by zero point 0.8 and see if that's what you owe on it. All right. If you're at 80%, then you're good to go. You can go along the next couple steps. All right. And for those of you who are still following me, if you have 80% equity, that is the spot that you got to look for, because that's when you can change the loan on that property without getting extra fees. Because if the VA sees that you put that house that you bought at zero down, that they basically co-signed for, if they see you transfer that into some kind of company or an LLC, they're going to flag it and they're going to call the note on that property. All
Oh,
right, so
let me pause right there, man, because I think, let me pause right there because let me explain what he's talking about, guys. Do not put your property that you bought with your VA loan into an LLC. They're going to accelerate your note. Okay. Look, I'm going to pull a paper up and I'm going to read what. Now, this is what happened to me. Now, I'm giving you guys this information for free. The reason why he's telling you to put it in a trust because now you avoid probate. And then there's more than one way to do this, guys. So here's let me recap what he talked about. Okay, that's one strategy. Take the property, create a trust, put the property in the trust. You don't own it. The trust owns it now. Okay, and then create the limited liability company to operate the business. The limited liability company operates the rental business, and then you can build credit, collateral, and capital that way. You do not have to put the property in an LLC. The LLC didn't qualify for that property. Okay, so that could trigger the due on sale clause. You have to be careful with that. The only way you can free up your entitlement is to refinance or sell. I'm gonna say this again. The only way that you can free up your VA loan entitlement is to refinance out of the VA loan or to sell the property. Now, a lot of times you have entitlement left. So a lot of people think, how do you know this, Tony? Okay, so, all right. So Bruno said how I know it. Okay, so Bruno, can you explain the due on sale clause real quick, guys? And then I'm going to bring up a paper and I'm going to read it to you.
Yeah, so guys, so that's when so you have your balance. Monthly, you're making your payments and you have your principal that's due. Okay. Now, the due on sale clause is when that lender, that financial institution, your mortgage servicer, right? They look at their contract and everything else. So the things that you have agreed to once you signed, right, all of your loan docs, okay, something is off. So something is different than the terms that you guys had agreed to. So in a way, it's like you have breached the contract. So then now they're saying, hey, look, we contract, right, that we were going to finance this for X amount of period of time, right, under these terms and conditions. Now that you have gone against the terms and conditions that we mutually agreed to, we are now going to change our terms and we are no longer going to be financing this for that we said originally. You broke the contract, so we want out. Now have 30 days for you to whatever it is that you owe, right? So now it's on you to either find some sort of for you to go secure the money from somewhere else. But the bottom line is you now have to come up with whatever it is that you owe on that loan that you had already taken out. What questions we got on that, guys?
Now this is a good one, guys, because I'm going to show you guys the paperwork and I'm going to read this where so check this out. I financed okay, so put a heart emoji in the chat, guys. We're 400 people away from getting to the 6,000 people right now, guys. So hit that heart emoji right now. For those 12 that are here right now, keep hitting that heart emoji right now. And guys, we have a free VA loan masterclass is taking place on the 27th. Okay, and you guys can get on the waiting list. We only have space for 50 people. So if you don't, and seats run out, we haven't even started advertising for it. We're breaking it first on YouTube and on social media first before we do that. Listen, they accelerated my note. I had to come up with like $350,000, and it happened not once but twice. So guys, listen, and Dr. Nisha, check this out. The interest rate doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the interest rate is. Get as much property as you can.
Can we highlight something real quick, Tony?
Jump in, bro. And I got a brother right here. Hold on just a second right now. I see. Let me answer some questions. Okay. I see my brother that said, what if he has bad credit? Your credit does not matter. If you got bad credit, she said, rent a husband. Oh my God. Y'all are crazy. Absolutely. Okay. So go ahead and jump in, brother. Go ahead. Jump in, Bruno.
Yeah, no. So the part that I wanted to hit, man, is the difference between what's being told to you, right? So everyone gets so caught up on social media on the things that are being said, right? So for a period of time, it's like, oh, the LLCs, and it's like, oh yeah, this is the way to go. This is what should be done, right? But what ends up happening is people turn around and they do whatever they see on social media from somewhere. The
Bruno,
information that we are telling you,
Bruno,
things.
Bruno, you're breaking up, like you're going in and out. Put a 1 in the chat if Bruno's going in and out, guys. Your mic, bro, like I can hear you. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Put a 1 in the chat if Bruno keeps going in and out. I want to make sure.
So
Go ahead, we can hear you now. Is he going in and out? Like you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I think it was showing that it was showing that you had paused the live.
Oh, go ahead, jump in. Go ahead and kick it.
But I mean, okay. Yeah, no, hey guys. So the thing that I want to highlight, man, is that the things that we're telling you guys, okay, this isn't just from us having watched some videos on YouTube, and it isn't from us reading a book or talking to cousin Day that knew somebody that is passing the word. Okay, so the reason why I asked that in the chat, right? Tony is here telling you guys about, hey, look, this is why it's not beneficial for you to go and then say, hey, man, let me like do a refi and put, or not a refi. Let me go ahead and put my home in the name of my LLC. Okay. This is exactly why. So this is a guy that's telling you because it happened to him, not once, but twice. Okay. Nothing. And I say absolutely nothing will carry more value than actual experience. Back to you, bro.
Oh, man. Thank you for that, man. And I'm glad you said that. Guys, right now, click the YouTube channel above my head. Go to the SitRep YouTube channel. My brother is going to post it in here so you guys could get on the waiting list for this. Here's the paperwork right here. You could see it, okay? Boom. Aldrich and Blythe, okay? I'm going to read this to you. Please be advised that our firm represents National Bank of Kansas City in regard to the above referenced loan. As you know, on about April 24th, you individually and a trustee, that's my trust, okay? My trust dated on this date, execute a certain note in favor of National Bank in Kansas City in the principal amount of $392,759, secured by a deed of trust granting National Bank of Kansas City a security interest in real property commonly known as the address. Okay, I don't want to say my address in here. In order to obtain a loan from National Bank, Kansas City, you executed the enclosed uniform residential application on this date, indicating that the property is your primary residence. Affidavit dated on this date. Deed of trust, uniform residential loan occupancy financing. And it goes to give me the definition of primary residence. Okay. Now, and it also says some other stuff. It says, finally, the occupancy status affidavit also provides the following: misleading or inaccurate statement. Borrower understands that the borrower will be in default under the terms of the security instrument if the application process of the loan or borrower or corporation or any entities acting directly as the borrower, knowledge and consent gave materially false, misleading, and inaccurate information. This is mortgage fraud. I got the letter, guys. It's right here. Okay. So what I'm telling you guys is don't be listening to people on Instagram, TikTok, and Christian Mingles, because they're going to end up getting you in trouble. Do not put your property, if you got a owner occupancy property, you better owner occupy it. Because if they find out that you don't, then guess what? They're going to call that note due and you're going to have to refinance it. And it's going to cost you a lot of money to get out of. Basically, the bank sued me. That's what happened to me. Luckily, I had the $390,000, so I just wrote a check and paid for it. Then it happened to me again. Listen to me. Check this out. This is what happened, and I'm going to tell you guys I'm going to explain to you how I would have done it different. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you guys are enjoying this conversation, because basically we're telling you guys this stuff to make sure you don't make the same mistakes as I do. Okay? Now, hit that. I need to get 400 more likes, guys, to break the 6,000, guys. Listen to me. We will be doing a VA loan masterclass at 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103 in Oceanside, California, and it will be virtual. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211, and you guys could get on the waiting list for that. What's up, Ike Bonds? Good to see you, brother. Now, listen to me. This is what I should have done. Thank you, Bruno, for giving me that information. Let me tell you what the other people did. I had an LLC. I used my VA loan to purchase a property. I financed. Yes, you can. Rich, just come on up, man. If you want to ask questions, just type your question in the chat. Listen to me. I bought a property utilizing my VA loan. I got the VA loan. I lived in the property. I financed out of my VA loan and I went conventional loan. Here's the mistake that I did, guys. I financed out of my VA loan and I went to a regular conventional loan. That is a mistake. Bruno, Ian, what did I do wrong?
You went into an owner occupied loan.
Can you explain in a little bit more great detail? A little bit more detail.
So owner occupancy loan, right, which typically will come with a lower interest rate than if you were doing a loan that does not require, meaning that like you are purchasing it without the intent of residing in the property. So because it understands that, right? So if you are, putting it and purchasing it and you intend to use it as an investment property, okay, typically the interest rates that are associated with that type of loan are going to be a little bit higher. So remember, right? Tony says this all the time, the IRS and everything else, people who own properties, right? It is the American dream for us to own a home. So much so institutions will incentivize it, meaning that if you're going to be living in a property, they want to make right that they are helping you by giving you a better interest rate than when you are just strictly trying to invest in the property. So if you're going to invest, they want to get a little bit more of the cut. Okay, so now if you go and you refinance it and you put it into an owner occupied conventional, the expectation is you, not your entity, not your business, you as that homeowner are going to be residing in the property. Does that answer it?
Absolutely, guys. Make sure y'all give Bruno a follow for that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. Thank you all of the people that are on all of the social media platforms. We are at 5.6. We need 400 more likes in order to get to the 6,000 goal. Make sure you guys give me, Bruno, a follow, Ian, a follow. Guys, we're rocking out on the ones and twos and telling you guys everything that you guys need to know about the VA home loan benefit. We're telling you exactly what you need to know. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Bruno's going to put it in the chat right now, guys. So are there any questions for us? Any questions on stage? Any questions or comments? Type your questions on in the chat. Okay. If you have any questions, Xavier, it's not going to go to pay attention. Okay, that's right, man. It's going to cost you money. Okay, so now all of these TikTokers, all of these YouTubers, everybody telling you, oh, just finance out of your VA loan. Good luck. Go ahead and do that crap and then get in a bind. Okay, if you guys are doing this stuff, guys, you need to do it the correct way. Okay, so let me recap what we talked about. We talked about the VA home. We talked about the cash out refinance 100% with the VA loan. We talked about the joint VA loan. We talked about no minimum credit score. We talked about no maximum loan amount. We also talked about Irene is here. Irene, are you still here? Irene Gutierrez is here on the live. Shout out to Irene in Florida. She was out here with us. She's a really good real estate professional. Make sure you hit her up. She's really, really awesome. Military spouse and a real estate professional in Florida. Thank you for joining on the live, Irene. So guys, listen, check this out. So what we're telling you guys is you guys can really win doing this stuff. You got to listen to what we're telling you guys. Okay. This is how you win. All right. So now we also talked about the step-by-step VA construction loan and how it works. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how the interest rate reduction refinance loan works. And then we're also going to talk about how escrow, how you can do repairs from the seller. Okay. And you don't have to do it. Okay. Ian, can you start that? How can I complete repairs from the seller and not have to pay when buying a property? Go ahead, jump in.
All right, everybody. Okay, so there's a good. So in California, they have a procedure that's built into the contract. It's called the buyer request for repairs. So you have a right as a buyer to request any kind of repair from the seller. All right, but that does not mean that the seller is obligated to complete those repairs. It's a give and take. And it's also a negotiation tactic that you can utilize. So once you get into escrow, you got the opportunity to inspect the property. And once you inspect the property, if you notice anything that's like structurally deficient, then you can request for the seller to repair those items. And if for whatever reason the seller doesn't want to repair it, meaning they don't have the time to track down a contractor or they just don't want to do it, sometimes that's a way for you to negotiate more credits out of the deal that you can utilize for concessions.
Bingo. So here's another negotiation tactic that a lot of people don't understand. Did you guys know if you wanted to get flooring or anything done that the seller can utilize their equity position to do that flooring and it's not out of pocket? So let's just say, and the guys, heart right now. We need 300 more people to get to 6,000. Make sure you hit that heart. And guys, we have a VA loan masterclass taking place at 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103 in Oceanside, California. Doesn't matter where you at, guys. We still can help you nationally. We're starting to do this and go live on a regular basis. We're going to do these rooms every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So guys, if you guys are enjoying this conversation, put a fire emoji in the chat. Okay, guys. And guys, if you have questions, put your question in the chat or raise your hand, come on stage and ask your question. Does anybody, D Woods, Tina, XLAP, Miss Felice, Carp, does anybody have any questions? Big Red One, what's happening, baby? Good to see you, man. Okay, Rob, Miss Wilson, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We've been rocking out on the VA loan for the last 2 hours, guys. This is the last and final nugget before we get off the live, guys. Who has questions? Who has questions? Okay. All right. So let's go over, Bruno, can you explain to me, how can I get flooring or a refrigerator, or how can a seller pay off my personal debt? Go.
Yeah, so then that's the thing that we were talking about earlier, guys, when we were talking about asking for concessions, right? So you are negotiating to get as much money as possible. And then you're going to make sure that you draft your contract in a way where all the wording in there will allow you to be able to apply that money to the things, right, that will put you in a better financial position, to include paying off or paying down debt that you may have. Okay, so you are taking that money and then you are going transaction, you will send a statement escrow company, and then the payment will be made and issued along with the transaction.
Oh man, guys, check this out. That's a bar and a half. So basically what'll happen is that the contractor invoices the escrow company, and then when they get ready to settle at the end, right, they'll pay out everything that needs to be done, and that flooring can be completed with the equity position, and the check can go to the contractor for paying out for actually doing those repairs. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the VA Loan Masterclass. Put a heart emoji in the chat, guys. If you guys enjoyed this conversation, we're at 5.6 likes. Okay. Now, the Tropical Cafe LLC, what question do you have? It says we have similar questions. Are you in South Carolina? Yes, we're everywhere. We're in all 50 states. We can help you in everywhere. Who has questions about the VA loan that they'd like to propose to the stage before we shut down? All right, man. Ian, did you have any parting remarks before we get off the live? Did you guys enjoy this conversation? Let me do a quick room reset. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in the Win in Real Estate house. And guys, you are on my social media. I am Anthony Glenn. I have Ian Jensen and Bruno Nascimento. Those are my co-hosts. These guys are phenomenal people, both veterans. Myself and Bruno are retired veterans. Okay. Ian is a 100% disabled veteran. Okay. And we're coming on here and we're going to be giving these hot chicken nuggets fresh out of the grease from Chick-fil-A. The Lord's Chicken, all right? For veterans. And guys, we really appreciate the 5,000 people that gave us hearts on today. Guys, we're going to be bringing this live every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll have another hot topic, and we're not always going to be talking about VA loans. This specific podcast was about VA loans. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things. Put in the chat what you guys would like for us to talk about. LLC structure, paperwork to do rehabs, underwriting the property, avoiding interest. What do you guys want us to talk about next? Let me know what you guys want us to talk about next. What would you guys like for us to discuss next? Let me know, guys. What would you guys like for us to discuss next? Put it in the chat. Okay. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. All right, guys. Well, we're going to shut down for today. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate you guys. Text VA loan to 760-385-8211. Okay. So I sent the VA loan, the phone number. Did you have a link to see the remaining entitlement? Yes, we do. We will get the entitlement for you today. So text 760-385-8211. Text VA loan to that number. Our staff will reach out to you today and get that information over to you. Okay. Any parting remarks? Out freaking standing. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Bruno. Make sure you follow Ian and myself. We will see you guys on what's today? Today's Thursday. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Okay. And guys, I always go live in the morning. So make sure you guys give me a follow. I go live always in the morning on Instagram or on social media. I always go live in the morning and I always drop nuggets. So if you guys want to be with me and Ian in the gym, make sure you guys give me, Ian, and Bruno a follow on all social media platforms. If you go to my profile, you can get on the waiting list. Okay. You guys could get on that waiting list for the next VA loan masterclass that's going to take. What's up, Coach? See you late, bro. Okay. We will be going live on social. We will be going live on Tuesday, and we will have our in-person event at 805 College Boulevard, Suite 103 in Oceanside. If you're local to California, this will be a virtual event too. So you guys definitely want to get on the waiting list. We only have space for 50 in-person people. Okay. That's as big as my office can hold in our conference room. And then also, if you guys want to get on the digital space, we'll let you guys know about that. Shout out to Jonathan being in the building. Jonathan, are you coming to the event, bro?
That's the plan, bro. That's the plan.
Hey, make sure you get your stretching on, man, so you don't stretch that leg out. You know what I'm saying? Jonathan pulled both hamstrings playing kickball last time, Jonathan. Okay, so now when's the next no, I got a question for you, Jonathan. When is the next Real Estate USA on Twitter Spaces?
Hopefully tonight.
Hey guys, listen to me. Make sure you guys give us a follow. We will give you guys, make sure the YouTube, you guys, we're going to go, listen, the night room is special, guys. Tonight we will be going live on Twitter Spaces, guys, where we'll be talking all things real estate, guys. So it's everything. We'll have Cindy Stampo, Jonathan Bing. We're going to talk about the Play Excel, where you don't have to have a mortgage license to actually do business purpose loans. We're going to be talking about the VA loan. We're going to be talking about structuring a trust. We talk about everything in that room, and it's a different environment, guys. So we will see you guys tonight. Okay, thank you guys for showing up on all of the social media platforms, and we will see you guys tonight on Twitter Spaces. And remember, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we go live on Twitter Spaces and Clubhouse. Okay, so if you guys want to join us,
real quick.
make
Is
sure
that
you hit
room
us up.
recorded?
What's that?
Is that room recorded?
Yes, that room is usually recorded, guys. So we use it. I know some of you guys are on the East Coast, so we will be going live on that platform, and we got a big announcement coming up. Okay, so my information is all in my bio. Thank you guys for joining us. I see Derek down in the listening lounge. Make sure you give him a follow too. I don't know why you ain't on stage, bro, but I'm super excited for what the future brings. Thank you guys for coming. We'll talk to you soon.